Part of the briefing was spent discussing the response of St. Louis County to COVID-19 outbreaks at area nursing homes here and how state officials are taking what's been used in St. Louis County and applying that on a state level. Things like this special task force that St. Louis County sends into nursing homes to help deal with these outbreaks, and these extra response teams that the county has deployed to these nursing homes when there have been problems. But Governor Parson also spoke in a much wider scale about the COVID situation in the state and here in the St. Louis County region. He said that he believes we are on the right track statewide to battling COVID-19, but also conceded that there are still a ways to go in areas including here in St. Louis County. I asked the governor about his decision to delay moving into phase 2 of the state's recovery and reopening plan, and whether the situation in the St. Louis region and perhaps the Kansas City region as well played a role in that. He said that it was not the only factor, but he also indicated that it's been a tough go of it here in St. Louis County and also in Kansas City. These urban areas, especially St. Louis County, even in suburban areas of the county, being hit harder than in other parts of the state, basically any other part of the state when it comes to St. Louis County. Take a listen to what he had to say when he talked about getting the situation in St. Louis County under control and then perhaps moving on to the next phase of recovery for the entire state so everything can be more in alignment. Take a listen to what the governor had to say.
We had a big weekend. We had a Memorial Day weekend we all went through for the first time, first holiday. We're really getting into summer. Grad school year's kind of finishing up, graduation, a lot of little things happen. I think, again, we just cautiously want to move forward to make sure where we're at. And the reality of it is the St. Louis region, Kansas City region, I'll say that too, we just need to be a little careful here for a little while. And what I would hope by delaying our phase is broader than this region of the state is. I think we all know that. But hopefully by the 15th, we're starting to line more up about policy and about how we're going to move forward. So I think people out there knows wherever you go in the state of Missouri, we're kind of lining up as we move forward. So that would be my goal.
And when he mentioned the 15th, he's talking about June 15th. I also asked the governor about moving forward. How do you prevent another situation like what happened at Lake of the Ozarks this past weekend with that video going around the world of that crowded pool party with basically zero social distancing being affected in that event? The governor admitted that you might not be able to prevent that going forward. He said that he believes the vast majority of people in the state, and for that matter at the lake last weekend, are doing the right thing, practicing social distancing, wearing those masks when you can't have a social distance. But he said there might not be a perfect solution to prevent scenes like that. And when it comes down to it, it is personal responsibility for Missourians and others for that matter to do what is right in terms of taking precautions during this pandemic. He also spoke about the absentee voting issue moving forward in elections. That has really come to the forefront on the national stage and others, especially with elections coming up here in Missouri in June and August and then in November. The governor indicating that he is willing to consider these issues of perhaps increasing the amount of absentee voting, with people being concerned in some areas with going to the polls. He talked about a bill moving forward in the legislature. We will see how that plays out going forward. But the bottom line is the governor talking about moving the state forward, trying to find a balance between dealing with the epidemic or the pandemic and opening back up the economy. A big part of that too, Kim, he talked about was increasing testing going forward statewide. For now, live in Clayton.